More boxing news. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is happening December 19th, live on Netflix. What is Jake Paul thinking? What is he thinking? Because this is going to be a complete mismatch. Like a complete mismatch. Jake Paul's going to get chinned like really badly. It's not going to last a round, honestly. He'll get knocked out in like 30 seconds. I'm not even joking. That's legit what will happen. Anthony Joshua will absolutely demolish Jake Paul in about 30 seconds. I'm telling you, because I mean, what are we talking about? This is a real heavyweight, a real heavyweight, like a real heavyweight champion versus a novice. That is what Jake Paul is, a novice amateur. Someone who started boxing just a couple years ago, never really took it that seriously when he first started, and then he decided to take it seriously when he started to turn pro in 2020 when he fought Gib. That's when he started to take it seriously. Because when he started, it was like 2018, I think it was. Yeah, 2018 he started boxing. He had that amateur fight with Deji. Then he didn't really take it seriously for like a year, and then he came in 2020 and then fought Gib, and then ever since then he's been taking it pretty seriously, very seriously. Oh, sick! You had to go off. Sick. My ring light had to just go off. Blue, pathetic. But yeah, as I was saying. But yeah, so it's after 2020 when he started to take it seriously. But yeah, so really, he's only been taking it seriously for about 5 years, 5, 6 years, something like that. Yeah, 5, 6 years. He's only been taking it seriously because he started in 2018, but he didn't take it seriously until 2020, really. So that's about 5 years, really. So Jake Paul has been boxing for about 5, 6, 7 years. Which would be a lot if he actually took it more seriously than he did. He obviously took it seriously, but not that seriously. Like he's not anywhere near world level, is he? He's still at novice amateur level. He still boxes like a novice. He still boxes like he's a beginner. Like he doesn't box like a professional. He's a professional. But he doesn't box like one. He doesn't box like a real like contender prospect, up and coming, like talented boxer. He boxes like an amateur, like a white collar. Like he's nowhere near elite level. He's nowhere near contender. He's nowhere near even a British level. Like if he was to fight in the UK, he wouldn't win a British title. He wouldn't. He would not win a British title. He'd be very lucky to win an area title. Honestly, he'd be very lucky to win an area title, but a British title, hell no. Let alone world titles, which he wants to win apparently. Well, he says he's gonna win a world title in a few years, but we don't know we don't know if he's being legit or not because he wouldn't even win a British title in the UK, and he'd be very lucky to win an area. Like he'd be very lucky to win an area title. If he won an area title, that would be an achievement. But he definitely would not win a British title. He definitely would not win a world title. Like a world title, he definitely would not win that. He wouldn't win a British title, but he'd be very lucky to win an area level title. That would be a big achievement if he won an area level title. I mean, it's not that hard, but like, you know what I mean? Like, because like, who would he fight? Like, he has to fight someone really good to win an area title in it. So not really good, but like just someone decent, which he doesn't really seem interesting. He's not gonna box someone who doesn't have a name. He's gonna want to box someone who has like popularity. That's why he boxed Tommy Fury because at least he had the Fury name. Whereas if he was to box some random pro at his weight class, who had like a record of 12-1 or something like that, it's risky because then if he loses, then it's gonna kind of fuck his thingy up. How do I say it? It's gonna kind of fuck his brand up, if that makes sense. Losing to someone who has way less, has way less. How do I say it? Way less popularity than you. Like someone with basically no name whatsoever, no name, and is completely like unheard of in like the social media world. The social media world's like completely unheard of. All they're known is for their records, which is 12-1 or whatever record it is. If he was to fight that person and he lost to them or had a really tough fight with them, it could kind of ruin his image a little bit. So he has to kind of pick opponents with big names, or not big names necessarily, but just someone who everyone knows, like not someone who everyone can get behind and will know, like someone who has got a name. Like Tommy Fury had the Fury name, he had the Fury last name, Hasim Rotman Jr. That could have done well because Hasim Rotman Jr. had the name in it, Hasim Rotman. His dad is Hasim Rotman. His dad is also Hasim Rotman as well. So that fight could have done well if it actually went ahead. So yeah. But this is just, I don't know why Jake Paul's taking this. Like, he's going to get destroyed. Let's be honest. He's going to get destroyed. I've always backed Jake Paul to win in a lot of his fights. I've always backed him to win in a lot of his fights. But this is the fight where I just can't back him to win at all. He's not going to win. He's not going to win. He's going to get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I thought even Tank would destroy him. And Tank is like 150, like 135 pounds. Tank is. Even I thought he would destroy him, and even though it was an exhibition, and they were wearing bigger gloves and stuff like that, I still thought Tank would destroy him. So if I think Tank can destroy him, what do you think? I'm just sure would destroy him. Absolutely destroy him. You'd absolutely wipe the floor with him. You'd knock him clean out. Jake Paul might die. I'm not even joking. Jake Paul might die in there. Jake Paul might die in. I'm not even joking. Jake Paul might die in there. He might. Like, I'm not even joking. This is no joke. That very well could happen to Jake Paul in this fight. In this fight, he very well could get knocked out clean and just die in there. Like, no joke. This is a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. I thought Tank Davis would destroy him, and Tank Davis is not even that big. He's 135 pounds, 5'5". I thought he would destroy him. So what do you think Anthony Joshua would do? Because if I think that Tank can destroy him, you best believe I think AJ will absolutely murder him, absolutely obliterate him in seconds. Literally seconds. The first punch he lands, Jake Paul will be wobbling, and yeah, it'll be over. It'll be a wrap from there. Literally, the first punch AJ lands, it doesn't even need to be a hard shot. It could literally just throw like a jab and land it on Jake Paul's chest or something like that, somewhere like that. So like you can throw a jab and land it on Jake Paul's chest or arm or somewhere, and it would hurt him really bad. And you'd be like, oh shit, I messed up really badly. I'm fucked. That's what I think is gonna happen. Literally. He doesn't even need to land a clean shot in like the first run. He has to land like a shot to the arms, the chest, just somewhere that's not even that impactful, and it could still really, really, really hurt Jake Paul just because of how much smaller he is compared to just because of how much smaller he is compared to AJ. AJ is like 250 pounds of pure muscle, pure jacked muscle, whereas Jake Paul is like pretty fat cruiserweight, and is definitely not a heavyweight. He looked fat against Mike Tyson at 227 or whatever weight he was. He was heavyweight and he looked fat as shit. And he looks fat cruiserweight even. Even at 200 pounds, he looks pretty fat. So it's like, he definitely is not a heavyweight. And he might not even be a cruiserweight. Honestly, he might not even be a cruiserweight. But yeah, because he looks fat cruiserweight. You know, when do you see a cruiserweight look fat, you know? You never know. You never see that, you know? Unless if they're bloated. If they're bloated, that means they're probably like a light heavyweight, but they're bloated to 200 pounds. You know what I mean? But he's definitely not a heavyweight, and he's probably not even a cruiserweight. So, and Joshua is a heavyweight, a real heavyweight, 250 pounds of pure muscle, pure jack, everything, pure muscle, heavyweight champion, the face of heavyweight boxing. Not really anymore now. He's kind of irrelevant because he got knocked out by Daniel Dubois. But still, like, everyone knows who he is. Like, everyone is still a fan of him, and they want to see him come back because they haven't seen him fight in like over a year since his loss to Daniel Dubois, which really damaged his legacy. You know, not damaged. It really put a stain on his legacy, to be honest, because you know everyone's just gonna refer to him as the guy who got knocked out, got absolutely destroyed by Daniel Dubois, who was at the time was on the come up. You know, he was kind of trying to prove himself in the heavyweight division. He wasn't really known as that much of like a. He's obviously a threat, but like not known as like you would never have thought he'd be able to beat AJ at that point before he fought him. But when he did, and he did it like super easy, like he destroyed him, he dismantled him. That really shocked the world. Like everyone was like, I did not expect that. I thought AJ would beat him comfortably. I thought he was just another level. But no, he proved me wrong. He proved me wrong. He destroyed AJ. But then, yeah. But it's like, yeah, but this Jake Paul fight is just ridiculous. Like, Jake Paul would not even beat Francis Ngannou. Remember Francis Ngannou, the MMA fight? And he's not even a boxer, yeah? Francis Ngannou, the MMA fighter, went into the ring with Tyson Fury, and when he went 10 rounds with him, and he arguably beat him. He arguably beat Tyson Fury in 10 rounds. And Tyson Fury is the heavyweight champion of the world, and he's 270 pounds, and he's like 6'8". And Ngannou dropped him with one singular hook. Like, one singular hook dropped him, and Tyson was down. And then he went for, obviously, when he obviously went for AJ and he got destroyed. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't even beat Francis Ngannou. Like, Francis Ngannou would destroy him as well. Honestly, he would. The size, the power would be way too much for Jake Paul. Way too much for Jake Paul to fight Ngannou. Like Ngannou would destroy him easily. So if Ngannou can destroy him, what do you think AJ would do? AJ absolutely dismantled Ngannou. He absolutely dismantled Ngannou. He absolutely destroyed him in 2 rounds. I made him look like he was levels below him. That's what AJ did to Ngannou. He made him look like he was levels below him, which of course he was, because he was an MMA fighter, not a boxer. AJ is a world champion boxer with some serious power. and he did that to Ngannou, who's a big guy, like a big 6'4", 270-pound beast of a man, massive head, and he still got destroyed by AJ. And Jake Paul is gonna is I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, surely if you were smart, you'd try and go fight. Like, if Jake Paul was smart, yeah, if Jake Paul was smart, he'd try and go fight someone like oh my god, I can't speak. Sorry guys, I need to just yeah. If Jake Paul was smart, he'd try and go fight someone like Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is completely shot. Completely shot. Like, I don't think Deontay. No, I still would back him to beat Jake Paul because it's Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? It's Deontay Wilder. But like, he's not looked great. Like, he looks really bad in his last fight, and he does not. He obviously doesn't have the skills of AJ. He doesn't have the same power as AJ. Even though he's known to be this knockout artist, he's got the most dangerous power in boxing, but he's not knocked anyone out in a while. Even his last fight, he knocked him out, but it wasn't a proper knockout. He just stopped on his feet. You know, you think because he's fighting a bum, the guy he was fighting was an absolute bum, and he couldn't even knock him out. That just says a lot about Wilder. That just says that his power is no longer there. He's definitely not gonna be the same Wilder. He's definitely not the same Wilder he was like 10 years ago, 7 years ago. He's definitely declined a lot. Like, he's definitely shot to pieces. I think Jake Paul would have a better chance of beating him, even though I don't think he would. I don't think he would beat him still. But if I was to pick between AJ and Joshua, who do I think Jake Paul who has the best chance against? It would definitely be Wilder, because Wilder's completely shot, absolutely shot, terrible, terrible. He never had good skills to begin with, but the fact that he didn't have skills and he's this shot, like the fact that he doesn't have skills and he's shot like shot to bits, he just makes for one terrible fight at this point. Like, one terrible fight at this point. Terrible fight at this point. I think Jake Paul has a better chance of beating him. And Wilder's not really a big heavyweight. He's kind of a skinny heavyweight. You know, he's tall, but he's not big, like muscular. He just doesn't have massive like muscle on him. Massive muscle on him. He's got like skinny legs. He's got a very like skinny frame. Like, he's not really a big, like, he's not a big heavyweight. He usually fights like 220 pounds max. You know, he's recently been fighting like 215, 212, 213. You know, the very lowest of the lowest of heavyweight. Like, what heavyweight what heavyweight champion is fighting at 212, 213, 215? No one else, no other heavyweight is doing that. They're fighting like 240 plus. A lot of the heavyweight champions, like in today's era, they're fighting at 220, 230, 240, no, 230, 240, 250. Like, they're fighting at the highest of heavyweights. Whereas, you know, back in the day, they were probably fighting at like 220, 215. Like, Mike Tyson was fighting like 250, 220. Yeah. But like, yeah. But I'm going a bit off topic here. I'm going a bit off topic. But like, yeah. Jake Paul's going to get destroyed by AJ. Moving the topic, guys. I just had a fight this weekend. Or not this weekend, but like last Friday. I fought Seth Godin and I won. I beat him. And I'm really happy because I beat him and I prepared like half a year for it. Half a year since March. Since March of this year. When I announced the fight, I announced it in March. And I fought him like last weekend, last Friday, on the 14th, and I beat him. The biggest event of my career. And I beat him. All the pressure on me, I beat him. All the pressure, I beat him. I beat him convincingly by UD. I beat him convincingly. It was a very tough fight, a very good fight, a very amazing night of boxing. But yeah, I just wanted to reflect on that. But I'm going to end it here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. Bye.